Are you a foreigner and want to live in Indonesia for long term? If you answer yes to this question, then this video for you. This video is thanks to the viewer suggestion. Please keep it coming. If you're new here, my name is Hendra. I was born and grew up in Jakarta, Indonesia. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to live long-term in Indonesia. By long-term, I'm talking about 3 to 5 years or more. Because if you are a tourist on a visa on arrival, you can only live up to 30 days and it can't be extended. You can find the information from Indonesian official website. So why do you need to listen to a random Indonesian dude on internet? I'm not even an immigration consultant. What I offer you here is a street level view growing up in Jakarta, reading Indonesian media, and speaking to locals when I go back home visiting family. With this video, I hope to give you a realistic common path to live long-term in Indonesia. Before we start, think why you want to live in Indonesia for long-term and what you plan to do once you live there. Do you want to settle down, start a family, own a business, or work? The route will depend on your answer. I will start from the easiest part with a score of 1 being the easiest to the most difficult with a score of 5 in terms of money and effort. Now let's get into it. The first part is to marry Indonesian. It's the most common way I see in Australia. Australian married to Indonesian citizen and after a few years or 1 or 2 kids later decide to relocate to Indonesia, either because living overseas is not as rosy as he imagines, wanting to live closer to family, or wanting to outsource some of the housework and need helping hands to raise kids. It's the easiest way if you're good looking like me. You will have no problem dating and marrying Indonesian. The next question is, how do you find Indonesian to marry? The straightforward answer is a dating website. But a quick note on this, we don't have a hookup culture like in the West. Second, few Indonesian women and men go to this route. If they do go to this route, they tend to try to minimize it because in our cultures, that screams desperate. I even have like a female friend sharing her story. On the first date, she told the guy point blank, "I'm looking for a husband, not a boyfriend." If you're not ready to move fast and prefer to take it slow, take your time, then go to the search engine like DuckDuckGo, type in Indonesian community and country you live in, Australia for example, then there you go. But the likelihood to find single with Indonesian is slim, to be honest, if you go to this organization, because most of them are mature age and taken. So the next best thing is the place of worship. Here for example, I will type in Indonesian church in Sydney. You can replace church with mosque, Sydney with Los Angeles, whichever religion and city you belong to. Believe it or not, Indonesian youngsters living overseas are fairly active in their religion of choice. Living overseas with no contact, place of worship is one of the few places they can see another Indonesians. It's like having a second family. I know it because I've been there. Before moving to the next route, I need to say this. Only go to this route if you're sincere. Don't be a visa digger. This E31B Golden Visa allows you to stay and re-entry as many as you like for up to 10 years. I give this route 2 out of 5 for difficulty. What if you're not good looking like me? No problem. Let's go to the next route. The second part, teaching English as a foreign language. This is a great way if you speak English as your first language and happy to live in big city like Surabaya, Bandung, Jakarta, where most of the teaching opportunity available. Back in the day, I attend EF, English First course for a year, and 6-month intensive IELTS course, International English Language Testing System in Jakarta before coming to Australia to study. My English teacher at the time are from Australia, Britain, and Wales. Salary range from 700 to 1,500 USD per month according to TEFL website. It doesn't sound great if you compare to your local average home country salary, but trust me, it's more than enough to cover living costs. The Welsh teacher told us he is doing it for adventure and planning to teach English across East Asia for a few years. What do you need to do to teach English as foreign language? You need TEFL, Teaching English as Foreign Language Certification, any bachelor degree, pre-approved B211 visa that allows you to stay up to 60 days and some money to cover yourself before getting your first pay. Again, I will leave the link in the description below. I give it 3 out of 5 difficulty because you need qualifications. Now, let's move on to the next part. The third part, become professional soccer player. We love soccer with passion, but we are not good at it yet. That's why we need to import talents from overseas to play for Garuda, Indonesia national team. If you're young, good at soccer, and want to play for Indonesia, then it's an option. However, the catch is because Indonesia doesn't recognize dual citizenships, so naturalized players like Elkan Baggot, Thai-born, Irfan Bastim, Dutch-born, Kim Kurniawan, Germany-born, they all gave up their birth citizenships to play for Indonesia. From what I gather from comments in media, Indonesians appreciate the choice and proud of them.
Lari.
Lari, like forward.
Lari.
Lari, run. That's it. Yeah.
Tendang.
Tendang, kicking.
Yes. I think that two very important words you need to know, right?
Yes, well, luckily I know them. Right?
He's still learning to speak Bahasa Indonesia, but the comment section are full of praise and gratitude like thank you for playing for Indonesia. I work for Australian company, but I never get a praise from native speakers. But please guys, at least give me a like and subscribe. You can also comment how good my English is in the comment section if you feel like it. Being a mixed race, Blasteran is helping too. Many of them do commercial outside soccer. I give this part 4 out of 5 in terms of difficulty because you need to be good looking, good at soccer, and give up your citizenship. Now let's move on to the last part and the most difficult part in my opinion. Fourth part, second home or E33 visa. This 5-year extendable visa allows you to do business, invest, bring your eligible family members, and work for a staggering 130,000 USD deposit in state-owned bank or 1 million USD property purchase. I suspect this second home visa is popular among retirees, ex-Indonesian citizens, or cash-out individuals. Just from anecdotal experience, our local Balinese driver told us he has seen a lot of 30s to 48-old Russians living in Bali and building visa in the last 2 years. Of course, I don't know their exact visa, but because they're not playing soccer, I'll suspect they're on this E33 visa. In terms of difficulty, I give this 1 out of 5 if you're rich, and 5 out of 5 if you're like me, trying to do side hustle on YouTube. Whichever route you choose, please learn to speak Bahasa Indonesia. We are happy to practice our English by talking to you, but the way to connect to us is through speaking our language, not through Google Translate. That's it for me guys. Please give it a like and subscribe if you learned something new. I see you next time. Bye.